Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the next topic of chapter 1 of class 10, that is what are reactants and products and what is a chemical reactions. So let us take few examples. The very first example that we are taking up is the burning of magnesium ribbon. Now, magnesium ribbon is generally available in the laboratory in the form of a wire. It's like a small wire, okay, or a coil of wire. Now, if the magnesium is very well protected, it has a very shining surface. But since it is a reactive metal, so it gets attacked by the moist air and it gets coated with a white layer of magnesium oxide. So suppose that this is the magnesium ribbon, so it will be attacked by the moist air or that air which is in the surrounding, and it will get coated with a very thin layer of white magnesium oxide. Now whenever we have to burn this magnesium ribbon, first of all we have to rub this magnesium ribbon using a sandpaper, right? So when we'll rub the magnesium ribbon using a sandpaper, the protective oxide layer will be removed and we are left with the magnesium ribbon, and it will burn very smoothly. So we have to hold the magnesium ribbon using a pair of tongs, and because it is a good conductor of heat, when we are going to keep it over the flame, the magnesium ribbon will become hot. Now as we can see that when magnesium ribbon burns, it burns with the dazzling flame, that is a very bright flame comes out of it, and when it burns it results in the formation of a white powder of magnesium oxide. So now let us see that how the reaction is formed. So what we have taken initially, we have taken magnesium ribbon, it was solid, and because we are burning it, burning means that oxygen gas of the atmosphere will be used and it will react and result in the formation of magnesium oxide, right? So this magnesium, okay, it has reacted with oxygen and resulted in the formation of magnesium oxide. So now we'll come to the topic that what are reactants and products. So now if we are clear that initially or originally what are the substances which are present with us. So initially the substances were, we were having magnesium ribbon and oxygen that was present in the atmosphere. So these chemical substances which are taken originally and they react with each other, they are called as the reactants, right? So what are reactants? Which are taken originally and they may react with each other. Now what is formed after their reaction? The product is magnesium oxide. So what is product? Product is the new chemical substance which is formed after the reaction of the chemical substances which were taken originally. So this is reactant and product. So it's very easy to identify that which is going to be the reactant and which one is going to be the product. Let us move to the second example. Now the second example, here we can see that we have two beakers with us. Let us say that in beaker 1 we have one reactant called lead nitrate, okay, we have one chemical substance called lead nitrate. We are putting it into another beaker which is containing a colorless solution. Let us say that this is potassium iodide, okay. So these are the two colorless solutions that we have taken in two beakers. First one is lead nitrate which is taken in beaker 1, it's a colorless solution. Second one is potassium iodide which is taken in beaker 2, it is again a colorless solution. Now when we start pouring the lead nitrate from beaker 1 into beaker 2, we can see that there is a change in the color. So it means that the product, a chemical reaction has taken place and product is being formed in this case. So what are the reactants? The reactants are lead nitrate and potassium iodide. So let us write the equation that what we have taken initially or originally. So we started with lead nitrate and the second reactant was potassium iodide, okay, and when we mixed it, a chemical reaction is nothing but the rearrangement of, it involves the rearrangement of atoms, right? So we can see that there is lead and nitrate and there is potassium and iodide. So what will happen? There will be rearrangement. Lead is going to combine with iodide now and will result in the formation of lead iodide, and potassium is going to react with nitrate and it is going to form now potassium nitrate. Okay, so the first portion is written the first time. Okay, remember that. So this is potassium nitrate. And now can we see the case 3? If we look here carefully, the upper part of the solution is colorless and there we can see little bit of solid deposition at the bottom which is yellow in color. Now out of the two products, lead iodide is the yellow solid and it is called as a precipitate because it settles at the bottom of the beaker. Okay, and potassium nitrate is the colorless solution which is above it, right? So this now makes our concept very clear that what are reactants. Again, let us repeat this. These are the chemical substances which are taken originally and they may react with each other. And then what are products? Here we have got two products, right? So what are products? These are the new chemical substances which are formed after the reaction of those two chemical substances which were taken originally. And then what is this change? What is this entire change? This entire change is called as a chemical reaction. We call it as a chemical reaction. And can we say that a chemical reaction involves just the rearrangement of atoms? So the answer to this is yes. In a chemical reaction, there is a rearrangement of atoms. As we can see, lead has now combined with iodide and potassium has now combined with nitrate. Okay, so this is how a reaction takes place. Now let us do the third and the last example to study this. That suppose we have taken a small test tube and in the test tube we have put up some zinc granules. So initially we have taken zinc granules and we have put that zinc granule into hydrochloric acid. This HCl in the solution form is called hydrochloric acid, right? Now the two we have taken initially or originally, now they are going to react with each other and the product will be zinc chloride, okay, plus hydrogen gas. So this is how the product will be formed. We'll discuss it later, like in the next few tutorials we'll discuss it in detail that how the products they are formed. But for now we all can see that initially what we have taken zinc and hydrochloric acid. So these are those chemical substances which are taken originally and now they are reacting with each other. So can we say that zinc and hydrochloric acids, they are the reactants? So now understand it finally that what are reactants? Reactants are the chemical substances which are taken originally. Originally means at the starting of a reaction and then they react with each other. Then once they react with each other, they form new chemical substances. So these new chemical substances which are formed after a chemical reaction, they are called as the products. And can we say that this entire change is a chemical reaction? That reactants may be two or maybe more than two. They react with each other, they combine with each other, they can form a single product, maybe two, maybe more than two, maybe so many. Okay, so this change of reactants into products, what do we call it? We call it as a chemical reaction. Okay, whenever there is a change, chemical change, so that process is called as a chemical reaction. So now I guess that we are clear with the three topics, that what are reactants, second, what are products, and third, what is a simple chemical reaction? That it involves the breaking of chemical bond in the reactant, मतलब reactant के bond टूटेंगे और प्रोडक्ट में बॉन्ड बनेंगे. सो देर इज बॉन्ड ब्रेकिंग इन द रिएक्टेंट एंड बॉन्ड मेकिंग इन द प्रोडक्ट. एंड हाउ इज दैट टेकिंग प्लेस? बाय द रीअरेंजमेंट ऑफ atoms. Okay, we'll discuss now how products are formed, how do we get to know in the next tutorials. Okay, so I guess you've understood it. So thank you everybody.